Hey there, VC. Welcome to Vinyl Talk with Tavis, and I'm Tavis. It's good to be back with you. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for watching. I spent the past few days at home with my parents for spring break. It was much needed. My parents live in the country, and so I live in the city, of course, and so going home in the country where there's solitude and nothing but trees, it was much needed, and it was great spending time with my mom and dad. My mom turned 70. She turned 70 today. Yeah, this is Saturday, March the 23rd, and I took her and my dad out to eat the other day. I took her on the eve of her birthday on Friday. So yeah, it was good to spend time with family, and it's good to be back here to share with you my spring break vinyl finds, unboxings, and gifts. So let's get right to it. Me and my mom love to go thrift store shopping, but I always seem to leave her and I go toward the record section. You never know what you're going to find. Okay. Ahmad Jamal, American jazz pianist, composer, educator. This is a 1962 album called All of You. VC, I never heard of this guy, and I am a music educator. I'm a musician. I feel so bad. I've never heard of this guy. What if I had never went to the vinyl section of that thrift store? Would I have ever heard of him? I don't know. Not as quickly as I heard of him on last week. This guy is the bomb. Miles Davis loves him. He's worked with all the great jazz greats. He started playing the piano when he was 3 years old, and he has coined the term American classical music. Instead of saying jazz music, he says American classical music, which makes perfect sense. This guy is still alive. He is 88 years old, and he's still doing his thing. This album was released in 1962, and from what I've heard of it so far, it is just off the chain. The back just shows the list of songs you can see there. You can look on YouTube and just find his interviews. He is his vocal understanding of jazz just rolls off his lips, and he just tells you how jazz is and how it should be and how it was, or just everything. He is just phenomenal. So, Ahmad Jamal, a great find. This is Neil Diamond, the jazz singer, the soundtrack to the movie from 1980. The movie, I heard, flopped. Now, I remember the movie being out, but it didn't really register with us in our family, or to me personally. But of course, we knew the music. They're coming to America. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. They're coming to America. The hit songs Love on the Rocks, Hello Again, and America. Although the movie was a flop, the soundtrack was phenomenal. So this is a great find. There's a gatefold which shows the movie photos. The movie is about a guy who wants to be a jazz singer. He comes from another place and he wants to get his way into the world of jazz. And so I'm going to have to find that movie and watch it. Next is Gregory Abbott, Shake You Down from 1986. When I saw this in the bin, I got excited and I wanted to make sure that the album looks good. I apologize I didn't show you the other albums, but they're all in I would say VG plus to mint condition. I'm sorry, VG plus to near mint condition. Yeah. So this is from Colombia. Just great condition. Has this even been played? Anywho, or as my friend Eric, hey Eric, he says any hoozles. I like that. Any hoozles. This is a great album, R&B. Here's a tidbit of information for you. He was married to Frida Payne. Here's a picture. She made famous the song Band of Gold. Great artist. They were married for a few years. They had a child. They divorced. I never knew that until I got this record. Bye, Frida Payne. Okay. So, my mama said that he was very good looking. I would agree. Fine man. I would say that. But I remember this record back in the day. I never owned it, but I remember seeing the video on VH1 in 1986. Girl, I wanna shake you down and give you all the loving you need. Well, girl, I wanna shake you down. I'm always singing. I love to sing, y'all. I'm glad to have this in my collection. Next, Miss Dionne Warwick. Woo! The cousin of Whitney Houston. This album came out in 1982. Miss Dionne Warwick, Friends in Love. She did a duet with Johnny Mathis on here, which I think is Friends in Love. Yeah. She did 2 duets with Johnny Mathis on this album. What a beautiful album cover. This is the back. Wow. Yeah, Dionne Warwick. She just imagine her music back in the day when she did The Moment I Wake Up and Before I Put On My Makeup, I say a little prayer for you. And then she just came through all the decades and came through the 80s. Remember her song, That's What Friends Are For? This album was before that song, but she was making her way toward that album. And I tell you, she got there greatly. This is a great album to listen to. Okay, my VC community, I'm going to take you to a different style of music. Are you familiar with folk music? F-O-L-K, Peter, Paul, and Mary, 1963, In the Wind. This album is a classic. It is a classic. I found it at a thrift store, the same thrift store from those other albums. Beautiful, in mint condition. Well, no, not mint. Wait a minute. Okay, I made a mistake. It needs some major cleaning. When I get through with it, it's going to look VG plus. However, the song Blowing in the Wind won a Grammy in 1964. Best folk recording. So, if you don't have this in your collection, you need to get it. Peter, Paul, and Mary. In the Wind. I had to get it. I just had to get it. Okay, this is Joe Sample. Joe Sample is, he was one of the founding members of the Jazz Crusaders. And this album is entitled Voices in the Rain from 1981. It has some great songs. I've been listening to it, and I must tell you that I'm really happy. I'm really happy with this album. Joe Sample, he has played for so many other artists on their recordings, such as Miles Davis and B.B. King, Steely Dan, Diana Ross and the Supremes. He's even went into gospel music and recorded with Andre Crouch. So he is just a fantastic artist to listen to. He's passed away, but he has left a legacy to listen to, and you need to get as much music as you can of Mr. Joe Sample. You all, I went to Best Buy with my parents, and I was looking through, Best Buy has a record section. And I was with my mom and dad, and we were walking through, and I happened to come upon Wings' Greatest. And for some reason, it's amazing how things work out. I have been thinking about Paul McCartney and Wings for a very long time, like the past 3 weeks. Because one of my favorite songs of this group is With a Little Luck, we can work it out. We can make this whole damn thing work out. With a little luck, we can lay it down. Can't you feel the comet exploding? There is no end to what we can do together. Together, ooh, there is no end. There is no end. The willow turns its back on inclement weather. And if he can do it, we can do it. Just me and you. I tell you, that's a song. That lyric, the willow turns his back on inclement weather. And if he can do it, we can do it. Just me and you. Is that not a beautiful lyric? That's gorgeous. My voice is high. I can't help it. Paul McCartney. In fact, when I listen to Paul McCartney and Wings, I still think he's with the Beatles. Is there anyone out there that thinks the same way? When I hear that song With a Little Luck and Another Day, Silly Love Songs, Live and Let Die, Band on the Run, Let 'Em In. I love that song, Let 'Em In. Paul McCartney's songwriting has a combination of such simplicity, but yet complexity. Because Let 'Em In is so simple. Dun, 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 dun. I don't have my keyboard, I'd play it for you, but it's just great music. Paul McCartney. And so I'm going to unbox this right now. Hold on. I'm going to just open it up. There's one Paul McCartney, I think it's called All the Greatest. It's right here. Can you see? And I thought that was the Wings' greatest hits. But this came out in 1978. It's a compilation of his music from 1978. And, in this album cover, there's a great story behind this. Paul McCartney's wife at the time, Linda, she wanted this statue. And I think him and Linda bought the statue. And Paul thought that it was gorgeous enough to be on the album cover for Wings' Greatest. And they took it to a place where there was a lot of snow. And voila. Isn't that interesting? So I don't know if there's a gatefold, but I know that it is a single album. Okay, it's 180 gram vinyl. Looks like this. I think this is a reissue. Oh, sorry. Yeah. See all the songs on side one. the songs on side 2. And it comes with a poster too. At least that's what I was told. Yep, it's in there. I love inserts. You can't get this with streaming. You can't get this with streaming, ladies and gentlemen. Vinyl is where it's at. Woo! Wait a minute. Is it? Oh, look at that. And the back. The back. Oh. Oh. Paul McCartney, Linda, his wife who passed away of cancer. I don't know who that man is, but I know he was with them for the long haul. Am I not mistaken? You all, the Wings fans out there, you know, I think he stayed with them. He was with them from the beginning to the end. So I just showed you my vinyl finds in thrift stores. And now, when I came home from spring break, I looked in my mailbox and I had 2 boxes. The wonderful thing about friends is that you can be on the phone with them and they have this way, if they want to get you something like a gift or something, they'll ask you these questions that you have really no idea why they're asking you the question. Then it ends up to be a gift. I think that's what happened. Recently, I had a very good friend from Texas. He called me a month ago and he said, Tavis, do you know that Diana Ross's birthday is next month? I said, yeah. And I did a video about that. You can look in my video scroll and find that. I think it's called Happy Birthday, Diana. Duh. So I think and it's from him. I think he sent me something from Diana Ross because he wouldn't have just asked me that question. We don't talk about music when I talk with him. He's into sports and stuff like that. And I have another friend who sent me something. I don't know what this is at all. I have no clue. I know we were great friends in college. So I'm going to get my knife. I'm going to open the brown one first. I got my knife. Yes. Look, friends always I send them stuff too. So it's not like it's a one-sided friendship. Let's see. If you don't have a big knife, I suggest that you invest in one. Comes in handy. You never know when you're going to get a package from a friend and you need something to open it up. I don't want to cut my finger in front of all of you all. Let's see. Berry white. Y'all, I had no clue. This is from 1991. This album carried me through college in 1991. I would listen to this album all the time. Well, the cassette. I've never owned the record. I didn't even know it was on vinyl. And I don't even have it anymore. I've just been streaming it on Spotify. Oh my God, y'all. Friends. How many of us have them? Friends. There's nothing like friends. Y'all, I've got to give him something. This is Barry White's album from 1991. The one thing I remember about this, man, I'm just overwhelmed. The one thing I know about this record is that he used the Linn drum, okay? And it was like one of the first beginnings. That's kind of oxymoronic, Is that a word? Oxymoronic? The same words? Well, anyway. The Lindrum is like the genesis of drum loops. And that particular method of playing the drums using that type of instrumentation was utilized with Aha, Take On Me. It was used with Madonna. It was used with a lot of people in the 1990s, late 80s, 1990s. So that's what really made this album stand out. And wow, I'm going to open it. Oh, I am floored. I would have never known. And look, Barry White, he looks so kingly on here. This is a classic R&B album, y'all. A&M Records, 1991. I was in junior college, driving home, back and forth from school to home to my parents because, you know, I went to a junior college first, and I played this record in my car. I played the cassette in my car, and I never owned the vinyl. Wow. He does a duet with Isaac Hayes on here called Dark and Lovely. Y'all, this is a sexy album. Sexy. My favorite song on here for sure is For Real Chill. You see the third song on there? For Real Chill. Barry White. I need to just fill my library with all of his music. But this is his 1991 classic R&B. Wow, man. Woo, that thrilled. Okay, I gotta move on. I've got to call him tonight after this video. I'm gonna open this up. Oh, let's see. Oh, big knife. Let's see. Ooh. They got that wrapped good. Oh, I'll let you see. Oh, wow, wow, wow. Wow. Dang. Oh, wow, wow. What in the world? I'm gonna tell him that he had this too tight. Do I? Okay, can you see half of it? I can't get this freaking thing off. Diana Ross is Swept Away, the long version and the instrumental version. You know what? My friends are crazy. They know that Diana Ross's birthday is on the 26th, and they got me this record. They're married. Two of my best, not best, well, oops. Two of my great friends. I may have to edit that. Swept Away, the long version and the instrumental version. Wow, 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 wow. That song was written by, or co-written by, Daryl Hall from Hall & Oates. Let's see how it looks. Yep, see? Excellent condition. Oh, man. What a night. You all, I've come home from spring break, and I have all this music to listen to. I'm overwhelmed. I have Ahmad Jamal. I have Diana Ross to listen to, Barry White to listen to. I have Peter, Paul, and Mary to listen to. I hope that you all are doing well. I've got to get off here. This video is getting long. I've got to call my friends and tell them how much I'm thankful. What can I say that's inspirational to all of you? I just want to give a shout out to all the vinyl community out there. I watch your videos. You know who you are. I speak to you on Instagram. I don't want to give individual names right now because I'll forget. I'm forgetting. But I mean, I watch your videos. I see your contest entries. I see people who formulate contests. I want to do that, but I'm not really sure what I want to do. So I'm going to kind of hold off. But I have like over 300 subscribers. I want to thank you all so much. I've just been on here since December, or what is it, January? I'm not sure. But thank you all so much. I'm glad you're enjoying what you see. I just want to thank you so much for watching. And for those of you who are new, please subscribe and just hit that bell so that you can find out when I'm posting new videos. Every time I get a certain amount of vinyl, I'm going to showcase it to all of my subscribers. And thank you all so much for watching. And with music, hold on. Oh. And with music and Barry White, be inspired and stay inspired.